Hello. I just want to hear if I can hear. 1 2 1 2. Hello. I just want to hear if I can hear. 1 2 1 2. Hello. I just want to hear if I can hear. 1 2 1 2. Okay. I'm just gonna wait a few minutes for people to come in if they are gonna come in. I'm just gonna mute that part, but I'm gonna keep a little bit of attention towards the thing. If I'm not making any sense, it's because I've got a bit of a headache, but I decided to do this anyway because I wanted to play the spooky game. I don't know where. Hang on. Hang on a second. Sorry if I'm being quiet again. Where is it? There we go. Hello? I'm just gonna wait a few more minutes. Let me know if you can hear anything. I don't know if anyone's gonna join. Maybe I'll just wait to see if people join first and foremost. If people don't join, then whatever. I don't know. It'd be sad if I did all this work and nobody showed up, but whatever. No one's watching. Wonderful. Awesome. Amazing. Stream. It's no, for some reason the stream health says no active stream, even though it says we're live. So that's always exciting. Oh. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, we're playing. I'm playing The Last Door. I've played it quite often, but I'm gonna play it again because I like to play things more than once, especially games that are like puzzle games, so I can really know what the heck I'm doing and I don't get freaked out and fall on my face a lot. I don't know if that's necessarily metaphorical or what, but gonna wait another minute or two. But yeah, I basically woke up with a little headache and a little body ache and ate some food, feel a little better. I think one more minute maybe. It's been like 5 minutes, I understand, but I'm just gonna give some people time to come in. Alright, so far it's been 5 minutes, nobody's come in. A little disheartening, but it's fine. I mostly just wanted to see if my connection would work well. I'm not sure. I don't know, maybe I should wait another minute. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I shall wait another minute or so. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this game is very calm and spooky, and I enjoy playing it. Okay, maybe calm is not a good word for like a horror game, but generally speaking though, what I mean is like it's calm in like the fact that it's more about easing yourself into the horror, like with suspense, like it kind of has the wire on the ground, and then like as the game goes on the wire gets a little tighter and tighter until like it snaps in half or something like that. Like it glides up the tension and it just cinches up tight. I have the lights off like I'm supposed to, but I have a big old light on for the dashboard. I might get started soon. I think I'm gonna get started. There's no one coming in right now. A little sad, but you know what? Forget. I'll wait till 10 minutes elapsed time. So like 2 more minutes, and then I'll get started. So yeah. This is kind of a boring beginning, I'm sorry. Why am I'm not even talking to anybody. This is just sad for me. Yeah. I had a pretty boring day. Woke up, went back to sleep, woke up again. Did stuff. This is like kind of ASMR-y, I guess. Just ASMR horror. It's almost been 9 minutes. Gonna wait 1 more minute and then I'll get started. It is on slow mode because I want to pay attention to chat if it happens. If it doesn't, well then darn it, I tried. But maybe when I get started on actually playing the game, it'll actually work. I got a new computer, so the stream health should be pretty good. And yeah. So 30 more seconds. I'm kind of ready to go already, but I'll just give it another minute or so, or another few 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. And I'm just gonna get started. I know some streamers might wait 20 minutes for people to come in, But, I don't know. It's 7 o'clock for me, so like, well, it's 20 after 7, so who knows? Who knows what time zones people are in? Let's just get started. The episodes, like I said, I've played this before. Hopefully the audio's okay. Let's get started. After all the things I have seen, after all the things I have done, I cannot escape the course my life has taken. Now I am beyond redemption. I just hope you can forgive me someday. Yours sincerely, Anthony Beechworth. That you can just have a shape of something and you can have just enough detail on it to make it look like the actual thing. October 1891. Oops, I hit the cord there. Videte ne quis sciat. That was all my childhood friend Anthony Beechworth had written in his letter. It had been many years since I had heard that sentence. It was the motto of the science and philosophy group that we had secretly run as students back when we were in that secluded boarding school in Scotland. But we had left it all behind like mere childhood memories. That letter that letter was unusual. It could only mean something awful must have happened. Something that must remain absolutely secret. I had to find out what was going on. Without delay, I took the first morning train to Sussex and made my way to the address on the letter. And there it was, the old house of Anthony's family, the Beechworth Manor. Episode 1, The Letter. With this game, it's a lot like a Hammer horror, kind of gothic horror story. This is strange. Everything is silent, as if there was no one living here. I'm worried about Anthony. I have to find him. But as I was saying, yeah, there's like a gothic sort of horror where it's like a British horror from like I don't want to say H.G. Wells because I don't think that's a British one. Like H.P. Lovecraft or Edgar Allan Poe. I mean, I think that's an American one. But It's a very dark and heavy sort of spookiness rather than just inherently like terrifying and jump scary and stuff. I think there's like maybe 2 jump scares or something, but like it's nothing too horrifying. Let's just... A grandfather clock. It is the only sound around here. Is this Anthony? The years have not been kind to him. There's a note on the table, I think. A note on the table, yep. Dear Mr. Beechworth, due to the recent events, the situation has become unbearable for us, and much to our regret, we have no other choice but to leave. We will remain forever grateful for all these years in your service. God bless you, Mr. and Mrs. Brewer. Alright, so the servants are gone. I'm gonna go this way. Like I said, I've played this game. I don't think you can really speedrun this game. A machine that plays recorded music. I did not know that Anthony was such an enthusiast of new inventions. Brand new invention. A cabinet with glasses and some liquor bottles. There is also a matchbox. I'm just gonna take that. These matches could come in useful. I hope Anthony doesn't mind that I'm just like taking his matches and whatever. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's around. Oh, there's a person watching. A fireplace. It looks like it has not been cleaned in a long time. That large window is wide open, letting the cold dusk air in. A variety of herbs and ingredients. I thought that was a gun up there. A plate with some days-old leftovers. The kitchen stove and a cleaning cloth. I'm just gonna put that cloth in my pocket. Might come in handy, I'll take it. Just put that in my pocket. Hey, pots and pans? Hell yeah, put that in my pocket, please. What's in this door? I have unlatched the door. Well, that looks fun. Hello? A murder of crows is eating eagerly. There are so many birds that I cannot see their prey from here. Alright, I'm just gonna leave you to it then. No point in stopping creatures from doing such things. A seascape. There is a small boat struggling against the roaring waves. There's a tiny dark hole in the wall. Okay, that's enough of that then. A wash basin, and some toiletries. A lamp to light the way. I'm just gonna put that in my pocket. No one will know. An empty bowl like the ones used to feed pets. The window is so dirty that I can barely see through to the outside. Open it then. Oh. It looks like the window frame is rotten. I would need some kind of cord to hold the window open. Alright, what's that? There is a discoloration on the wall in the shape of a cross, as if one had hung there for many years and had been recently removed. March 5th, 1891. So we're in October. Like this is where he is set. It's October 1891. So March 5th. So that was a while ago. Master Anthony has made us get rid of our religious objects. What is going on with him? Luckily, I have found a place to hide my rosary. I cannot pray every night without it. May 18th, 1891. Master Anthony has been complaining about Alfie. What would a simple cat do to him? He ordered us to keep him out of the house at all times. Still, I cannot let that poor thing starve. He is such a clever cat. Every time I open the window, he knows food is waiting for him. Anyway, I'm worried about Master Anthony. He is growing more and more unlike himself every day. September 15th, so this is like a month ago, although we don't know what day it is in the month of October it's set in, so it could be like 2 weeks ago. Master Anthony is spending whole days locked inside his office. He wants us to leave him food at the door, but he barely eats anything. I'm really worried. Okay, so he's a grumpy puss. Alright. Let's check out this door that's got a weird spooky shadow coming out of it. Oh, thank goodness it's locked. This door is locked. I should try and find the key to open it. Okie dokie then. This way. Actually, bugging me here. This portrait is crooked. Oh, it is. Yep. Uh-huh. Oh. An old rosary. A cord of beads with a solid wooden crucifix. Awesome. Spooky sound. Alright, matches lamp. Awesome. That door? Nope. Door's stuck. Won't open. Door stuck. Door stuck. My oh my, that looks friendly, doesn't it? That one works. Hello? A gentleman with a serious and inquisitive look. The fireplace is black with soot. A silver key. Yep. Small photographs and old daguerreotypes, mostly family portraits. Okay. And the key work on that. Where is it? The key is too thick. I need something thinner to remove the latch. Okay. Key too thick. Right, it's locked. Key. Yeah. Oh, spooky. I think this is a slate disc record. The sleeve reads The Carnival of Venice. Put that in my pocket. My tiny Victorian pockets that can hold an entire slate disc record. Yep. I got TARDIS pants. A slightly rusted iron crowbar. Put those in my tight Victorian pants. The boiler looks like it has been out of use for a long time. Okay. And I can't do anything with that. Awesome. Get out of the drippy basement. Okie dokie. So now, like, I played this game before, so I'm trying to think. Once I do the record, I think I'm gonna use the crowbar first. Which, I believe it works on that room. Alright, going in. My god, what's happened here? Notes, body, or, what? Okay, hang on. The writing on the wall reads, "Leave me alone." Who would have written such a thing? I don't know. Okie dokie. A letter in feeble handwriting. Oh my goodness. I cannot go on. All is lost. It is a diary page. I cannot stand their stares. They watch me, they judge me, they despise me. I know they think I am not worthy of this family, but who are they but dust and bones, a memory? Leave me, I do not need you. Leave me alone. Okay. It is a letter. Dear Margaret, it has been days since Anthony left his office. I can hear him whisper angrily, frightfully, and it gets worse at night. Our service left a few days ago. Without their help and company, I am lost. I can barely walk out of bed, and not even the doctor will come here after his argument with Anthony. My husband has developed a horrible ability to break anyone's will. I do not know what to do. I do not have any strength left. I wish I could send you this letter. Your dear friend, Anna Beechworth. Okie doke. Let's go touch the corpse. The lifeless body of a woman. It has been here for a few days. She looks like she is clutching a note in her hand. I am writing what will surely be my final thoughts. My last lines, my last breath. I do not know what kind of dark power has turned my husband into what he is now. A stranger with a look bereft of all sanity and compassion and human warmth. I do not know what shadow has slowly darkened our lives. I do not know this foreign guest that now dwells in our souls. I do not know where it is from, but I am sure it is not from this world. I will meet my brothers and sisters soon. I will be free from this abyss of madness and fear. Soon I will stop trembling. A simple long hairpin. Just put that in my pocket then. Well. Ooh, doorway. Oh, people. Oh. Tippy tappy. There is a big raven perched outside the window, tapping on the glass with its beak. That's gonna be annoying, isn't it? A portrait of Anthony standing beside a mounted wildcat or lynx. The paint looks fresher around the animal's head. Okay. A man with blonde hair. I feel as if I've seen him before. This young woman, not yet in her 20s, stares defiantly back at me. This old man bears some resemblance to Anthony, but his countenance is marred by a severe, unsettling gaze. She looks like the woman on the bed. She is holding a baby. Could that be Anthony's child? I don't know. A woman of strong features and dark hair. She has a bold look in her eyes. The young Anthony, just like I remember him. Okay. So now, trying to think. So I got the hairpin now. And I think the hairpin works on the door in the room over here, which I believe can help me open that door there in the darkness. So I'm trying to think of what I need, because like once I do that, the birds are gonna come in. I grab the other bird, but I don't want it to caw for like 30 minutes. So I think I'll do this first. Using the hairpin, I have managed to spring the latch with ease. Right. The window leads to a balcony shared with the adjacent room. Yeah. A lynx mounted and stuffed. This is a fine work of taxidermy. A few press cuttings pinned to the wall. The Illustrated London News, 1887. Judge kills himself under strange circumstances. The Daily Telegraph, 1888. Earl found dead, floating in the Thames. The Times, 1889. Famous actor found bled to death in his hotel room. Some strange books written in a language unknown to me. Remains of chemical experiments. Some sort of spilled chemical product. It smells strongly of vinegar. A can of paint thinner. Heck yeah. I think I mixed that with the cloth. A common hammer in good condition. There we go. I need that. The hammer. There's short my inventory by doing that. And now I got a cloth with paint thinner in my pocket. It's okay. I think we'll do the record one now. The music has abruptly stopped. There's a lot of birds in here, isn't there? Hello? I can't click on any of them. What kind of game is this? I can't pat the birds. Alright. Here we go. A dying crow. Not much life left in it. Just pick it up and put it in my pocket. And, here we go. I have put an end to the poor creature's suffering. The sound would have been unbearable if I had left it to, caw weakly. Leave the room. Bye-bye. Hello? How much longer do I have to wait? Ding, ding, ding. Wipe that smirk off your face. The thinner has worked. The fresh paint is gone, and now I can see the original painting. The lynx's mouth is open, as if it were growling. So the mouth is supposed to be open. The mouth is shut. So I gotta wait. Here we go. I hear something in the distance. It sounds like a lament. The sound is louder down here. I'm sorry, it's just the same sound my cat makes at like 3 in the morning. Ow, ow, ow. What do you want? Ow. Hammer. A black cat is staring at me, but wait, its eyes are missing. Oh no. Good lord, it almost stripped my eyes out. It has run away into the dark. Okay, cool. There is an open chest with a dark cloak and a mask and a knife. What's that? A knife? No! The knife could be useful. Okay, I got a knife. I'm just gonna walk away with a weird little strut. And now I gotta cut open the lynx's mouth. And all the birds are gone. To be the missing lynx. I managed to get the lynx's mouth open. There is a golden key inside. Nice. And I go up here, right? Yep. Oh god, no, Anthony, no. The lifeless body of my dear friend. What madness could have led him to commit such an act? There's something in his pocket. It is a sealed letter. Dear J. Devitt, if you are reading these lines, then I am nothing but a dead body hanging before you. I write to you in my last shreds of lucidity. You are one of my oldest friends, and when I sent you the letter asking you to come here, I did not doubt for one moment that you would. Had you failed me this evening, everything would have been lost. I have found myself involved in a series of horrible incidents. For reasons beyond my comprehension and sanity, I have become a total stranger to myself and my closest relatives. Capable of the most indescribable and atrocious acts. I cannot give you any more details at this time, but I must ask you to go immediately back to the boarding school where we made that pact, where we all swore on our honor that sentence that would protect us. This letter must not reach anyone else, so it is imperative that you destroy it immediately. The lives of the rest of the group, and yours too, are in great danger. Do not delay, they are already waiting for you. Do not forget that. Always your loyal friend, Anthony Beechworth. Oh no! What are they doing? The adventure continues in episode 2. I'm just gonna click on episode 2. Previously on the last door. I'm just gonna take a break for a second to get a sip of water. Jeremiah Devitt receives a mysterious letter from his childhood friend, Anthony Beechworth. Oh, shoot. He travels to his friend's manor in Sussex, where he learns of his Anthony's descent into madness and the death of his wife, Anna Beechworth. Devitt faces the perils of the house and finally finds the dead body of his friend who committed suicide. Anthony's final letter warns Devitt of an unknown danger and asks him to remember his past by going back to the boarding school that they both attended years back. Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us each day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, for we ourselves forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Now tell me, where are you? What do you see? Apparently, I am in limbo. Who is it? Is it Anthony? Answer me. What is she doing? Get close to her. Get close to Anna. Oh no, it didn't work. When I count to 3, you'll wake up. 1, 2, 3. Now, wake up! Wake up! You can rest now, Mr. Devitt. That'll be enough for today. Are these sessions really necessary? I am confident that this is the best course of treatment for your symptoms. Now, did you ever see him again? I saw it. What did you see? Can you describe it? I struggled to find adequate words. It looked like an eye. Yeah, it looked like an eye. It was like an eye, perfectly rounded and deep, or rounded and dark, deep and empty, accompanied by the most horrifying, pain-filled screams I've ever heard. Inside, a complete darkness where an evil dwells deep below. A forgotten fear for human reasoning, but undoubtedly still rests deep down inside our being. In my case, that fear has already awoken. I can understand why you are disturbed, Mr. Devitt. With your permission, I would like to consult on your case with a colleague of mine, a man I've known for many years who is more versed in modern psychological practices. I think his knowledge and experience would be very helpful in enabling us to understand your condition. If you think it would help, Doctor, I leave it in your hands. The agony grows increasingly unbearable, and if you believe this man can help, then I welcome his aid. Thank you, Dr. Wakefield. I bid you good evening. Anthony, my friend, what really happened to you? How could you let your wife Anna die so awfully? These doubts consume my soul. I hardly remember the time we spent together as schoolmates. I confess that beyond your enduring friendship, I can recall little of those years. Were your words a result of an increasing loss of sanity? In your letter, you wrote that someone awaits me. A warning to ward me from a genuine danger, or merely the ravings of a brilliant mind addled by insanity. Something stirs uneasily within my heart. I will not rest easily again until I go back into that boarding school and find out what secrets might lay within. Farewell, Mr. and Mrs. Beechworth. Rest now in peace. Window. Lamp. Fire. Bed. Carriage. Episode 2, Memories. I'm just gonna go look in the mailbox. Look in the mailbox. There's a postcard inside the mailbox. Dear Matthew, it has been several months, and I still have heard no news from you. My brothers insist that you have abandoned me, but I am sure you remain true. I know that you would never do that to me, for I know your heart and the honesty of your eyes. I got this address from a letter from a hospital in London, and I pray that it reaches you safely. If that is the case, I want you to know that I will always be always waiting for you. Forever yours, Juliet Holloway. Alright, well, I think that's like mail fraud, isn't it? Where you just like take someone else's letter and just read it. Cool beans. A stone eagle lies on the floor. It appears to have been broken off the fountain. I'll just put that in my pocket then. Save it for later. The angel Gabriel, the school's emblem. I remember it being very pristine, but it looks neglected and dirty now. Pardon. Excuse me, sister. Good evening, sister. Good evening. I'm Mother Elizabeth. What brings you here, Mr. Devitt? I'm a former student of this boarding school. As you can see, Mr. Devitt, this stopped being an academic institution a long time ago. It is now exclusively dedicated to prayer and the well-being of the patients under our care. I see. Even so, may I please speak to Mr. Devitt? I'm afraid that we are too busy to start wasting time talking about past issues. In addition, there is little to say. We sisters arrived after the boarding school had closed down. Everybody but Monsignor, of course. Monsignor? Exactly. But you didn't answer my question. Why have you come to this place, Mr. Devitt? It'd be a good place for me to appreciate the passage of time. This place will help me remember. I prefer not to talk about it. Help me to remember or passage of time. Because I prefer not to talk about it. She'd be like, well then if you don't want to talk about it, you can get away, go home. So I'm thinking either help me remember. I think it'll help me remember because she's like, oh, we're here to help people. This place will help me remember my past. If you have memory problems, I would recommend you to visit a doctor immediately and not waste your time here. Oh. I appreciate the passage of time. Perceive the passage of time. What are you talking about? To be honest, I prefer not to talk about it. I couldn't tell you why this place is so important to me, but it is a lot. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Mr. Devitt. I'll allow you to stay around here. I hope I won't regret my decision. Don't worry, Mother. Thank you. I'm just gonna take off my coat and hang it up here, and hopefully you find that. So I think that's a no-no zone. Mr. Devitt, you are not allowed to get in there. Alright, calm down, jeez. I know you're busy, but I'm gonna talk to you anyway. Do you take care of patients in here? Yes, of course, Mr. Devitt. We tend to both the physical and the spiritual needs of those in our care. Did you say that the Monsignor already lived here when this venue was still a boarding school? Indeed, he was still a priest and a professor before he became Monsignor and started to lead this place. Could I talk to Monsignor? I'm afraid that's impossible. Monsignor has left strict instructions that he not be disturbed, not even by any of the sisters. Thanks, Mother. I'll leave you with your duties. Alright. I'm just gonna go into random rooms now. Hello? Good evening, sister. Sister? All this suffering, all these tears, all our prayers unanswered. What do you mean, sister? All these years entrusted to the Lord, praying, looking for a sign, for something that can give me strength. Every day I hear them cry, pray, scream, and die. And what for? Where are you, Lord? Why don't you answer me? The Lord works in mysterious ways, sisters. Certainly yes, but I don't ask for much. Just something to go on, a path to follow. I can't go on, not like this. Excuse me, sir. A syringe next to a flask with a label that reads morphine. She says morphine laying around? On the upper shelf of the antique cupboard, a well-worn Bible and rosary beads gather dust. One of the humble beds where the nuns sleep. Okay. Look at Jesus with his one block face. Long tapestry is long. Another tapestry, though I remember from my school days the student dormitory was here. There's a puddle in the shower hole with something shining under the grating. I cannot see it properly. The top of the shower. A sealed pipe communicates to the other areas in the house. A broken mirror. There's a protruding piece. Let's take a broken cough, cough. Doctor? I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor. Pay him no mind, he has been delirious for some days. I'm Miss Mary Vinge, and this is my brother Matthew. Juliet, why have you left me? Why won't you answer my letters? My letters! You see, this poor man is still obsessed with his fiancée. He won't accept that she left him months ago. My poor Matthew. I'm very sorry, Miss Vinge. I hope he recovers. Thank you. Just gonna... Mr. Vinge, I think this letter is addressed to you. Oh, thank you. Leave it with me. You're so kind. As you can see, my brother is too weak to read it. Well, Matthew, let's see who's written to you. Oh, it's a letter from our mother. Dear Matthew, I hope you're recovering. I wish that your beloved sister and you come back home soon. You know how mother feels since you left. I see. A magazine entitled Weird Tales. Are you alright, Mad? There was a rhythmic sound. It's like a breathing. What do you mean? It was last night. I felt an increasing pressure on my temples. Something dry and rough like tree bark brushed against my leg, and I saw something against the wall, like a growing shadow. I lit the lamp and there is nothing. I am sure it was just a nightmare. Adam? Right. He is a quite pale young boy. He is asleep. Okay. Oh wow, this guy needs a lot of he's got like, why has he got like 4 crosses on him? Like, what, is he possessed? Please, someone, piety. I'm sorry, you cannot be here. Is there some way I can help? Don't worry about it, sir. The Lord looks after each and every one of our patients. He will provide you all with the help you need. If you wish, you can pray there next to the statue of Our Lady. Don't you think she is beautiful? The Virgin listens to those in need. A gloomy statue of the Virgin Mary makes this place even more mournful, if that is possible. I unlocked the door. A locked wood coffin, badly finished. It seems that whoever made it was a bit rushed to finish. Hey you! Good evening. I hope you're alright, and this turns out to be indeed a good evening. My name is Devitt. I did not know there was a graveyard here. My pleasure, Mr. Devitt. I am Frank Baldwin. Do not ask me why, but Monsignor specifically ordered to bury the corpses here. Why so many corpses? What happened? What is there to understand, Mr. Devitt? God has forsaken this place. Who is the Monsignor? I cannot rightly say. After all these years, I have never seen the man. Who knows? Maybe he does not exist. Okay, I'll leave you with work then. Have a nice evening. Have a nice evening. Alright. Small group of graves haphazardly arranged. Uh-oh. My string went red. Hello? it's showing red, so I'm a little worried. Looks okay. It looks pixelier though. It looks very gross looking. Oh well. Oh, it's green now. Whatever. A piece of old fishing net. Just pick that up and pick up some of this sea trash. Many years adrift have perfectly smoothed this flotsam into a small log. Let's put that in my pocket then. The Lost Pilgrim, a sea stack older students at the school used to climb. Somewhere up there are my initials. Okay, I think... I remember that we used to keep here some textbooks. Now there's a music box. Let's take that music box then. Dear brother, I have received your letter and I'll try to write to you more frequently. I hope you are studying a lot and you feel comfortable there. We miss you a lot. When are you coming back? Father is in bed with fever and I do not feel very well, but I am on medication. Today is my birthday and I'm feeling blue. It is a quiet and boring Sunday in the village. Mum is going to cook a lemon cake like those Grandma used to make. I wish we could eat it together. Write back soon and I'm looking forward to knowing what you are doing. What you are learning. How is Scotland and so on. A big hug and I think about you a lot. Your dear sister. January 15th, 1876. Father Ernest seemed unusually troubled today. Several times he paused abruptly in the middle of the lecture for no reason, even during his favorite class, theology. January 18th, 1876. Today Father Ernest was very irritable. Collins made a comment about and was expelled from class for it. Even Devitt was admonished for reading a philosophy book. I hope Father Ernest doesn't turn his ire toward me. My father will be disappointed if I fail to get good marks. January 21st, 1876. It was very disconcerting to see Father Ernest entering class so pale and sweaty in the middle of his lecture. He stumbled dazed and had to sit. January 22nd, 1876. Father Eugene taught our theology class today. Even though he doesn't know the subject matter as well as Father Ernest. When we asked him what had happened to Father Ernest, Father Eugene told us that he had taken ill. What worries me is that now Father Eugene is also starting to look unwell. February 20th, 1876. It has been a month since we last saw our Father Ernest. We are told that he is still sick, but if he is so ill, then why hasn't a physician come to treat him? My studies are flagging, but I have taken it upon myself to read on my own. I hope this helps, as I must succeed in spite of the problems happening around us. February 23rd. It was announced this morning that the school is to close. None of us know why, and we cannot get a straight answer from the faculty. They each dodge the question, and I am starting to think that they may not know the answer themselves. Their anxiety is palpable, though they try to hide it behind a calm face. But what about Father Ernest? I hear he is alone to remain after we vacate the premises. There is a picture in the diary. It is the photograph of my graduating class. I see myself, Father Ernest, Anthony, and I do not know the names of the others. One face has been completely scratched out. There is an odd sentence written on the board. In death there is hope, in death there is life. One must seek its true nature to understand the nothing. It looks like it has been there for years, as the chalk has faded in some places. Okie doke. Somehow I gotta Sister, please, I just want to be alone. Alright, calm down. I need to somehow to just start up the music box somehow. Nope. I think, yeah, mirror's too thick to... Need something thinner. Miss Finch is making up the letter's contents. Among the baggages, I can see a packet of letters bound in twine. My letters, all the letters I wrote to my dear Juliet. You never posted them, but why, Mary? Why would you do such a thing? How could you be so cruel? I had to do it, Matthew. You refused to see how inappropriate a match she is for you. Her only interest is in marrying one of your status, someone of your status, of our family's status. It was for your sake that I did this. I did it to protect you from that woman's treachery. No, you only thought about yourself, your vanity. I can't bear to look upon you anymore, Mary. Let me be. From this day forth, you are no sister of mine. You dare banish me? I, who have stayed by your side all throughout this illness. Very well, Matthew. You will have your way. I will leave you, and then you will see how very alone you are. Farewell, brother. You left your bag. Hello. Thanks to the Lord that you have come to reveal my sister's cruelty, sir. Please take this coin as a token of my appreciation. It is my lucky coin, though I hope it serve you better than it did myself. Okay, cool. Anything else in the bag? Probably not. Okay, I think I need to go upstairs with this. In here. And go boop, boop. Oh, what a beautiful melody. It reminds me of my youth when I was vibrant and full of purpose. I knew my path then. Oh, may God bless you, for you have given me the sign I was looking for. Okay. Oh. A lot of dry leaves have accumulated in a hole in this old rusty pipe. They are blocking the water stream. Let's clear that out then. The hole has very sharp and rusty edges. If I try to put my hand in, I could cut myself. The wood is too softened to even bend the sharp edges of this pipe. Oh right. Stone ornament. Just smack it with a hammer. I blunted the sharp edges of the pipe. Now I need not fear being cut. Use the net. The net should catch anything coming down the pipe. Okie doke. There it go. Okie dokie, it's gone now. Now it should be caught in the little net that we have set up. The net has caught the shiny object. It's a teardrop. Okay. So I think I need to put those together. Wait, no. That and that? No. Nope. Well, I think I need to put the teardrop on the thing. All the way down here. I have placed the glass in a hollow of the Virgin's cheek that seems to fit it perfectly. Oh, cool! And let me use the mirror on there. And oh, look, she's crying. Oh no, she's sad. Oh, our mother is crying. Oh my lord, what does it mean? What have I done? What have we done? Yeah, you run away. Please help. You must help me. What can I do? What's wrong with you? There's little time. I tell them about my pain. I describe the unbearable and endless pain, but they do not listen. They pass me by without even looking at me. They say they are praying for me, but it does not cure my ailment. But sir, I know, I beseech you, you will be saving me from horrible torture. I will be eternally indebted to you. I will, however difficult this would be for me. I understand. Your request is terribly hard for me. I guess I could find the courage to help you. I understand the magnitude of what I'm asking. God bless you, sir. I do not know how I can show you my gratitude. What I can do to use, what I need you to do is this. Without the nuns noticing, try to get an amount of morphine, enough so that I can be embraced by the deepest of dreams, and in that way stop the rhythm of my heart. Oh, I know where morphine is though, so I can go get that for you. There's morphine in this room. Yep. Supplying him with morphine. Come on, go. Oh, he turned into a piece of paper. there's a note on the bed. Baldwin lies. Okay. Noise is coming from inside the coffin. What in heaven? Oh, I can't open the coffin by myself. Log is too soft. Soft log. Okay. Alright, calm down. Baldwin, can I borrow a thing? Looks like his toolbox. I wonder if there's something useful in it. Maybe I'll be able to take a look if I keep him distracted. Tell me about this place. Well, the construction of this building was ordered by an Episcopal Bishop of Aberdeen in 1805. Tell me about Mother Elizabeth. She's pretty strict. I can tell you much, Mr. Devitt. Do not think that she likes me very much either. Tell me about Aberdeen. It was the place where I was born and raised, in one of the biggest cities in Scotland. If you look northeast to us, oh cool, ha ha ha, oh wow, nice. You're a bit distracted, Mr. Devitt. Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, tell me about the Monsignor. I cannot rightly say. After all these years, I've never seen the man. Who knows, maybe he does not exist. Well, I'll leave you with your work. See you later. Okay, have a nice evening. Just gonna scoot along. It's a tool. We don't know what kind of tool, but it's a tool nonetheless. I mean, I feel like that sometimes. His body is petrified. He has a look of sheer terror in his eyes. Oh my god, what has happened? Talk to me! Okay. A large, bright, and ornate key. That must go to here. Don't look into his eyes. Because the deepest darkness dwells in his eyes. Come in, my son. Did you think that you could hide from these books from me? They are just classic philosophy books, Father. Plato and Aristotle. Silence! Instruments of falsehoods, you mean fallacies, coming from the snake. Now, son, get on your knees and raise your arms. Ow. Apologize to the Lord. Pray to the Lord. Malum in se. Oh. Oh. Okay, that one didn't happen. Ah! I have the bird. You see, I have bird. Ah! Lord, Lord, your eyes burn me. I don't deserve mercy nor forgiveness. Oh Lord, have mercy on my soul. Who are you sending me? Is death to whom you are handing me over? Has my hourglass already run out of sand? Father Ernest? Ernest, it's been many years since I last heard that name. Oh, I see. Father, I'm here to be able to remember. You have to help me, I beg you. Please, entreaties, petitions, praying, torment, exemption, pastimes bring us just misfortune and pain. Father Ernest, I was one of your students. one of my students, you say? It's the Lord who teaches us. We must all follow his ordinances and disciplines. Get closer, son. Come pray next to me. Okay. He has a large burn covering his eyes. He is completely blind. Despite his decrepitude, extreme thinness, and paleness, I could still recognize Father Ernest. But he seems far away, like in another world. Glory be to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, it is now, and ever shall be. Now, my son, tell the Lord which one is his voice, the sharp sword, the wise quill, or the delicate petal. Sharp sword. Yes, that's it, my son. The Lord with his sharp sword transmits his wisdom, power, and his punishment. Now, my son, tell the Lord which one is his holy path, the wise virtue, the endless blame, or the blessed penance. The way you're going, it sounds like endless blame. Yes, that's it, my son. Nostra culpa, infinita est, and it was and always will. And now, my son, tell the Lord, who are you? The faceless pilgrim? The gate guard, or the lost seaman? What is a lost seaman? Yes, that's it, my son. We live in a lost, endless ocean of sin and blame. Now, leave me alone. I have to, purify my soul. Alright. Dear God in heaven, I feel for you. Your light is in my eyes. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I feel myself in you. Your eyes are in my soul. I will burn it for you. Dear God in heaven, I fear myself in you. Your sword is in my hands. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I hate myself in you. My blame is in your heart. I will burn myself for you. The eye calls me. I'm gonna go to the cupboard over here. An old razor blade stained with blood. I'll grab that then. Alright. So I think that can go in there. Wooden stump as a handle. I can use this to cut. Awesome. And I can use that to cut the tapestry. Go up here. Go past the Jesus with the one square face and the one square beard. Boop. Wouldn't have split it down the middle, but okay. And finally, our expert on philosophy, Jeremiah Devitt, shows up. Where were you, my friend? We have been looking for you. Well, as I was saying, tonight is the perfect moment for our next meeting, but I suspect that someone outside our group is secretly surveilling us. Who is it, Anthony? My dear friends, it is Professor Glynn. Do you mean Father Ernest? Certainly, no doubt about it. Therefore, dear colleagues, I have decided to change the venue for tonight's meeting. Have you noticed the lounge behind this small door of the classroom? I have believed convenient to borrow the key for our necessities. You already know what the At 12 o'clock, you will find that door opened, and I'll be inside the lounge. That is it, my dearest colleagues. Vedet ne kis shiat. Vedet ne kis shiat. Boy, oh boy. I remember that in this furniture we used to keep some of our personal belongings. Now it's empty. Alright. A dusty mirror. I remember that this is the bed where I used to sleep when I was a student here. Well, I'm gonna go to sleep now because I'm a sleepy boy. Mr. Rabbit was jumping through the forest on a warm spring afternoon. When going through a bush, Mr. Rabbit ran into Mr. Wolf, Mr. Vulture, and Mrs. Snake, who were having a heated argument. I should go under the red door. Mr. Rabbit, curious, asked them, "Dearest, why are you arguing in this beautiful and cheerful spring afternoon?" Mr. Wolf answered politely, "What we are trying to do is decide who of us will have the pleasure of eating you up." Whatever. Mr. Rabbit, really scared, said, "But I do not want to be eaten. I want to live." To which Mrs. Snake answered, smiling, "That is impossible to happen, Mr. Rabbit, since we all, both you and us, are going to die sooner or later, don't you think so?" Mr. Vulture added, "Mrs. Snake is right. We should stick to the issue at hand. It is getting late, and as you see, we do not agree. Do you want to help us decide, Mr. Rabbit? Who would you suggest as the one to eat you?" "Or do you want to bore you?" After thinking about it for a while, Mr. Rabbit came up with an idea and carefully said, "I got it. Why not to organize a race? First who arrives to the forest clearing will have the privilege to eat me. No doubt Mr. Wolf can run at high speed, but Mr. Vulture can go flying and avoid any obstacle, and I'm sure that Mrs. Snake knows all the shortcuts within the forest. What do you think?" The three predators agreed and that it was fair, so they started the race and they quickly disappeared. Mr. Rabbit was happy to trick them and started running at high speed in the opposite direction of the predators who, eager to prove their worth, didn't realize the trick. Mr. Rabbit was far away from there, and he finally felt safe, happy and proud of his cunning. But suddenly there was a loud bang, and the earth shook and frightened birds flew and everything went dark. The end. An impossible love. There is something I kept to myself for a long time. And the thing is that I love you. I have always loved you. Since the first time I saw you, since the first time I felt your frozen hands. Each time I move away from you, I miss your glassy, dead, empty eyes. rough hair, your grayish skin, your stench. But our love just cannot be. It is an impossible love. The end. No, not again. How long have I been sleeping? What was that about? What was that all about? Yeah, I don't know why you had a dream about a necrophile, but okay. In the nightmare, I found a place in my memories. From here spouts a horrible stench. There's something down there. Yeah, I know I missed part of that. Did you see? Did you see it was there? Just in front. That thing. It was screaming. He shakes uncontrollably, his body racked with pain, and there is only one way to end his suffering. Rest in peace. Look at all these corpses. Punctual as always, Devitt. And now all that remains is to introduce our guest. You may come in now, Professor. Father Ernest. Do not worry, my friend. I invited him to join us this evening. The professor genuinely shares our curiosity. Who better to complete our group than one of the most renowned theologists? Moreover, we mustn't ban those who are willing to explore beyond the veil. The moment we have long awaited has now arrived. Please, all of you, take a seat. We shall begin the procedure. Soon shall the door be open, and then we may finally see what lies beyond. Now, I ask that you close your eyes. You will feel a momentary prick as I inject you with the serum. Even after all of these years, I have not forgotten your voice. You are the fourth witness. I remember now what happened. What is that we saw? The eye of the bird, Malamin say. What happened to us? What is it that we witnessed? You must tell me. You must make me understand what my mind cannot fathom. It was our curiosity that damned us. We opened that which should not be opened. In doing so, we shorn the veil that separated our world from his. In seeking vision, we were ourselves seen by the eye of the bird. He remembers us. It looks for us. It calls us from the dark nest, from its abominable lair. After all these years I have attempted to return it, but I have no strength left. These poor, wretched creatures are too fragile. They lack the sight to return. Not one of them has. Only us, the four witnesses. Who are the other two? Where are they? They disappeared as you did, and I haven't heard from any of you. But I was seized by curiosity, absconded with my faith. and deprive me of sanity. O Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Nothing remains. All that is left is to surrender. Surrender to him, gravely as we have sinned, and now our only absolution is to burn. Burn in the flames. Malum. In. Say. That was quick. The adventure continues in episode 3. Yeah. So my throat's getting very sore and tired, so I think I will be done this one now, and I'll do episode 3 probably tomorrow or the next day, I don't know. It depends how I feel tomorrow, but I think I shall end the stream very, 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 very soon. I just want to thank the people who came and watched. Sorry my reading kind of got sloppy towards the end. But it's bound to happen. I think tomorrow I'll try to caffeinate a little more. I definitely need to sleep a little more. So yeah. Chapter 3 and 4 are next time, I guess. And, hopefully I'll have better connection wherein I can not worry about anything being too grainy or anything skippy. So yeah. Good stuff to know ahead of time. And I'm sorry that the screen looks a bit blurry. Maybe I'll fix that next time. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys when we continue the adventure in chapter 3 and 4. Because that's part of the first season, is 3 and 4. So, thank you, and have a good evening.